What do you make of this story that criminals could be forced into the dock to face their sentencing? And, of course, there's been some high-profile cases, the Letby case most recently, but there have been others where the defendant, the person found guilty, has simply refused to attend the court on that final day. That is legally their right to do so. They want to change this, give judges the power to demand they come into the courtroom. I wonder how many judges will really utilise that power if they sense that things could kick off with the defendant there.
It's really interesting. I completely understand the appeal of having extra powers to sort of compel criminals to see, and witness themselves being read the Riot Act, banged to rights, and all the rest. The only trouble is we must remember why there are current powers that can compel criminals to, under force, to attend court. We must understand why they've not been used so liberally and easily yet. Is because just imagine the scene when the criminal knows that they can they can kick off in court in front of the judge, in front of all the bereaved families, the victims, friends and family and all the rest. And what sanction does the judge at that point have if they're sort of effing and blinding and writhing and wriggling and just being a general disruptive influence? They could kick them out. And at that point, it just defeats the purpose. And so I think there was an interesting proposal from the former Justice Secretary, Robert Buckland, about having effectively the sentencings beamed into the cells so that, like it or not, they are aware of what's gone wrong. And then the sentencing can be beamed into the cell, and you could even record that so the jury or the courtroom could see the reaction of the person. There seems, I think, central to this, and people have their own ideas, Asa, as to why they want to see it. I mean, for me, it's a pivotal moment of our judicial system, that moment when the judge hands down the sentence. It's about justice being complete at that point. The judge and the defendant, as tried by 12 ordinary members of the public, there is something rather, I wouldn't say perfect, but there's something rather complete about that process. It's quite an intelligent way of doing things. Of course, it's about closure, but at the same time, we must remember that then the people being sent down like this, they have already been convicted of the most awful crimes. And so then, there are... What can you do to really moderate that good behaviour? Sure. I mean, in your mind's eye, everyone would love it if these criminals, sitting there humbled, face their reckoning, head bowed, contrite. But often they're the most irredeemable characters. Are they not contrite? They're malevolent. They're sort of almost cackling and self-satisfiedly about their own plans. And at that point, you think to yourself, if you're caring for the victims and those close to them, you almost don't want to rub salt into the wound by having them sort of being so blatantly unrepentant, if you like. And so that's why, to be honest, I back the Buckland idea. Force them to, almost subject them to hearing about these things over and over, almost make it like white noise, that they are left in no doubt about the awfulness of what they've done. Back Buckland, shout for Shapsy. I can see what's happening here, Asa. We're sloganeering. Yeah, we're in the wrong jobs. It's a little bit of breaking news just coming into us. Schools in England must have been